This is Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast.
Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast for Wednesday, February the 9th.
There are people in our window, which doesn't happen because we're on a second floor of a building.
We're having work done on the building, and it's very disconcerting with the scissor lift right beside the window.
How do you think I feel? They're looking at me. They're sitting behind you. Hi. Okay.
Hi, guys.
Oh,
she works with
now
me
they're
right
going.
now.
Now they're disappearing.
Maybe we shouldn't do this with our podcasting. Although I did hear from people who thought it was pretty funny when you can hear the banging on the building through the podcast the other day.
I'm glad they find it funny.
Yeah, it's a little
distracting. It's funny because they ask me anything. This could be one of those moments. What you have to, as a broadcaster, learn to do to work through, because we're put in positions where there's either work being done on a building, or I think quite often when we're out on location, when we're on remote, when we did the parade, of ignoring or not acknowledging the things going on possibly around us as we're trying to broadcast. Sometimes it's easier than other times.
Right. And sometimes it's your co-host to put you on the spot. Such as this morning, which I did to Charity. She's never done that to me.
No, never.
But with our Throwback Thursday, brought to you by Burger Revolution. For takeout, visit burgerrevolution.ca and look at the King Burger with a donut bun.
Can we talk about this just for a sec?
Okay, hurry up. So you don't have it ready?
I do.
Okay.
Beef burger, cheddar cheese, homemade peanut butter, Canadian bacon, banana slices, candied bacon.
Yeah.
Banana slices, sweet heat vanilla glazed donut buns.
Donut bun. They're working it.
That's the king.
They're working it. Oh.
There it goes.
And they're working on the drills outside.
Now they're working.
We're going to work through the podcast on it because I don't have time for that.
But yes, you put me on the spot with Throwback this morning.
Because our Throwback theme, in honor of Valentine's Day, sort of, is love songs we don't love.
Yes,
so,
they're listed as love songs.
Yeah,
Many
hugely
consider
popular.
them love songs. But for you and I, individually, and I kind of agree with yours.
Yeah.
We're both, Really? Is this a love song?
Well, it's a love song, but it's sort of like I don't love it.
It's not my favorite love song.
I don't love it.
Yeah.
So mine is Lionel Richie and Diana Ross's "Endless Love." I just, I think I might have liked it when it came out, but it got to such super status,
such a level,
and it was just like, no, I don't love that
like
song.
One,
So that's why I put that one up. And then you have "Separate Lives" from Phil Collins and Marilyn Martin, which is a
great
one.
song.
Yeah.
A huge hit for Phil Collins, certainly.
Yeah.
To me, it's considered a quote-unquote love song, and to me it's like, this is questionable. This is not a happy love song. How about that?
Spoiler alert, they don't stay together. It's called Separate Lives.
Exactly.
So anyway, that's our theme.
It's a painful love song.
But then I had this change, this epiphany before we talked about it.
No, it wasn't before we talked about it. It was while we were on the air.
Literally.
It had just been posted on our socials to both Facebook and Instagram for you to vote on. I know the drilling's really bothering you.
They're coming through the window.
I know. It's loud. It's happening right behind you, so it is louder on your side.
I think they're doing it on purpose. But I think vote for the one you don't want to hear, because if it's love songs we don't love, then you should vote which one you don't like, and we'll play the one with the least number of votes this week.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is the song with the least amount of votes we're going to play tomorrow.
That's
and we're
correct.
asking you to vote for the one you really don't want to hear.
Correct. The one that you agree with us is the love song you don't love.
Okay.
And then we'll play the other one. We're gonna play Phil Collins no matter what.
Are we? Okay.
No?
All right.
All right.
We'll see how it goes.
It doesn't matter to me.
Because currently, is that your way of saying, Charity, I feel sorry for you and we're going to play your song? Because last I checked, I had 4 out of, I think, the 30 votes.
Oh,
so
really?
you were
So
winning.
people want to hear Endless Love.
We gave you, before you took the mic and you said all that. So I thought maybe that was you because you felt pity for me this week after kicking my butt so hard last week.
No, I really thought it's just my way of muddying the water, so no matter how it comes out, I can say I probably won. But I'm not sure.
I think you will win.
All right, but get your votes in. All right,
Facebook
we'll play
and
the
Instagram.
one with the most votes tomorrow, and I'll try not to ever again in my career change things halfway through a show.
Confuse us all.
And go off script, because I never do that. Hey!
Ever.
Canada has picked up some hardware in the past 12 hours.
A couple of more medals, because this morning when we first looked, we had gotten one in snowboarding.
Snowboarding, yes.
The snowcross, the snowboarding one. Marietta O'Dine from out west had won, of course, a bronze. So we had gone up in medal count, but gone down in the standings.
Right.
So we were right about 8. And then we got another one this morning, a silver in speed skating.
Sweet.
Which bumped us back up to 5th place.
5th place. Love it.
I love how it's going up and down like that. As well this morning, Norway was number 1 with 10 medals. And now the team competing for Russia has surpassed them again, back up to 11.
Formerly known as the Republic of China, now known as the Russian Olympic Committee. You missed the earlier podcast. Boy, that was confusing to me. But it's funny you mentioned Norway because we turned it into our galaxy of games this morning on the high-low. Can you name not the name of the country, but the country's most medals won ever, like all time?
We were looking for the number. How
Winter
many
Olympics,
medals? Had that country won. And it was an incredible number. And just in the Winter Olympics. So not winter and summer.
Only.
But only in the Winter Olympics.
And Kim knew it was 368 because she made Google. She phoned in like second, so she had no trouble with that.
We say that because she was our second
368. So here are the top 10 countries based on medaling in the Winter Olympics. And yes, that whole area up in Northern Europe dominates. So there's Finland.
At number 10.
They're in it, small and mighty, they're called, in at number 10. The Netherlands in at number 9.
Okay.
Russia, number 8. Now, they said if it was the USSR,
they'd be higher.
They might even be number 1.
Yeah, because I thought Russia would be number 1.
But since it's now just Russia, not all of them, if you take a look at just the one, Russia's
and they might have had a few medals taken away, too.
Yeah.
I think they did.
There's that.
Yeah.
Number 8. Switzerland is number 7. And the beauty of Switzerland is that along with France, Italy, and Great Britain, Switzerland is one of those only 4 countries to have competed at every Winter and Summer Olympic Games since their inception.
Ever. All of them.
All of them.
Wow.
They've been in all of them because of boycotting. There have been some that other countries have not gone to or didn't qualify for.
Okay.
But France, Italy, Great Britain, and Switzerland have gone to every Winter and every Summer Olympics, the only 4 countries on the planet.
That's amazing.
And Switzerland is number 7 in the most medals all time. Heading into this year doesn't count so far. Sweden is number 6, Austria number 5. So
I thought it would be higher on the list too, but good that it's number 5.
Here we go. Canada, number 4.
Yes, top 5.
Number
good.
4 with
as we should be.
199 all told.
Okay.
So we've surpassed that.
And we'll have a few more to add after this year.
Germany is number 3, and again, because they spent it as 2 independent teams, right? There was East Germany and West Germany for a while. So Germany, they've got 261 overall. The United States has just over 300 to be at number 2, and Norway is number 1.
With 368.
Little old Norway. And the vast majority of them involve people with planks on their feet.
Skiing, of course.
Yes.
Of course. Winter sports, and we've talked about this. Canada does better in Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
Not that we don't have wonderful summers. And a lot of those sports.
Now we got sprinting,
yeah.
Right? Decathlon, the winner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We do compete, but winter is where I think we really excel, clearly. And I would say the same for Norway. They're surrounded by mountains. Of course they're going to ski. Of course they're going to be outdoors during those winter months. And they get a lot more snow, I imagine, too, so they need to find things to do. So there they are, skiing everywhere to get from house A to house B, and downhill skiing, and snowshoeing, and all those wonderful things that we love to do. In fact, it was Norway that competed in the men's 1500. The athletes escaping my name, but he set a record, winning the gold the other day. Yeah, they love winter. They excel at winter sports.
And they lead it now this way too. Norway. What are they? They're just a medal behind Russia, but there's Norway again.
Yeah,
but
number 2.
It's not unusual in a cross-country skiing event, male or female, male and female, to take 2 of the 3 medals, if not all 3.
Absolutely.
And then come on out and win something like the biathlon, which again has that for you. So just looking at the Summer Olympic numbers, and I can't see Norway anywhere where they fit in total Olympic medals in the summer. I don't see their name anywhere. So they don't really care.
It's winter.
They're
all in.
If they have the world's best volleyball team or swimming or diving or But Winter Olympics, they are
Excel.
all in.
And they are exceptional at
think of them.
clearly. And even just behind Russia now, they lead in gold medals. They have 4. Russia only has 2.
See, there you go. It's all all in on that. Easy there. What else going on? Men's hockey begins tonight.
Yes.
So
this is the round robin.
Now. Yeah,
this is the round robin.
Begins,
yeah. The ladies begin or women's, I should say, begin their quarterfinals tomorrow, and we still aren't sure who they're going to go up against first.
I've been trying to look at some apps which would give the schedule, and I haven't seen it yet. I think we begin doing things like the crossover. So we already played the United States and Russia. Now, men's hockey tomorrow, we play Germany about this time, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, our time. So I don't know, but I haven't seen the draw yet for the quarterfinals for the women. But we're once we start getting into more of these speed skatings, and then we get into the men's long program. Is that today?
The long program
for
is
Keegan?
tonight.
So
8:30 tonight. Yes.
So we got a shot, and I'm not going to say an outside shot. He finished 8th or 9th in the short program. So yeah, you got to make sure you have a pretty flawless one.
Yeah.
But it's not unheard of
exactly.
that you can come from 9th in the short program, nail the long program, win the long program, or finish second, and that's enough to move you into the bronze because the points are so much more. They count to a far greater percentage than the short program when you get to the finals. But you never know with figure skating, and I don't want to keep harping on the judginess of the sport.
I was thinking about that again this morning, I'll be honest, on my way in, because you don't want to poke the hornet's nest and you don't want to make assumptions by any means, but figure skating has a very...
checkered past?
A checkered past. That's a good way to put it. With all the ups and downs and the discord that takes place. And I said bias yesterday, but really favoritism. And it can be very, no pun intended, cutthroat. So it will be interesting. What seems obvious to some as a clear-cut winner, all of a sudden, they're bronze.
Yeah.
And this other team steps in. So it can really... 1 minute you're up, the next you're down, or vice versa. Next minute you're down, and then someone has a really big fall. All of a sudden, whoa, 3 people move up.
Yeah,
and you're looking at that podium. So it can change, like any sport, of course.
Right,
but we do tend to see it more in certain ones. Figure skating being one. That it can change on a dime.
We talked about the 2010 Olympics with the Sidney Crosby goal, and everybody remembers where they were when they were watching that game. And when I got home, my wife and I were talking about it, and she brought it up like it was yesterday because I think this was her favorite Olympics, and for the life of me, I can't remember if it was 90 or 94 or 88 or 92, the Brian Boitano battle for gold medal in the men's figure skating, and Boitano won it by like a sliver because Brian Orser just had one little slip on a land.
Yep.
It was virtually theirs to win and lose, and it literally came down to a little bit of a toe pick land. And it was just so electric to watch the two of them skate.
Now, her watching it, or as a viewer, would they have caught it, or was it?
She caught it. Yeah, we both did. We both went, oh, no.
Okay.
Oh,
so
no.
It was enough that you saw it, as opposed to the judges being able to see it.
They were both, it was like they both could have run into the Zamboni and still medaled. Like it was going to come down to the two of them. And it was so great. I can still picture the outfits they wore. It was just the best. And I'm not sure that was the same year as Elizabeth Manley or whether that was just after that with Katarina Witt. But it was about that time, right? It was about the 88 to 96. That period in figure skating at the Olympics was just so great. And then Elvis Stoico came out of it. And Kurt Browning came out of that. And those two guys paved the way for all of that stuff. But we'll see with Keegan because he's got a different skating style. Some judges just don't like it.
Yeah.
And that enters into it. That's where the bias is. Not that they hate Canada. They just may not like the style of skating. And Elvis Stoico came out because he wasn't ballet style. He was very marchy style.
And his first Olympics, I think he finished bronze. Did he not? He didn't, or did he even podium?
Maybe it was the World Figure Skating Finals, like a World Championship, where they said...
He didn't win, my point is, right away.
No, he didn't.
His first, it was kind of like, here I am, and it was an introduction. Yeah. And then it became...
But it took some World Championships before. And that's when you talked about bias, what for me is they seem to have this thing that you have to pay your dues. I feel like you could be the best skater at the Olympics, but if this is your first Olympics, they're not going to give you the gold medal. And I don't think that's right.
No.
If you're the fastest person in the 100 meter and
Yeah.
you only got fast last week, you get the gold medal. Like, there's no earning it. You earn it doing the event.
You're there for a reason.
Yeah.
Clearly. So if you
It should
come
be up to
out
the
and
judges
blow
going, well,
everybody else away,
yeah.
then there's a
I
reason
don't
for that
know.
too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like your coach or whatever. Some
See,
of the stuff
and that's
you hear
the part.
about.
Well, and that's
Right?
the part that makes it so.
Makes me crazy.
It does. It really does. And what makes people angry.
Yeah.
Like, no, we love this sport.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ruin it by bringing your bias or those opinions in. Take it for what it is.
Yeah.
They're clearly good at this, so reward them as such.
And we just hope that doesn't enter into it by the time it's done and the women's figure skating begins.
I have the quarterfinals here for the hockey.
Great, thank you.
So the women play.
Tell me, I want to know.
The Canadian women don't play until Friday
Okay.
at 8:10.
Do we play China?
We play Sweden.
Sweden. Okay.
The U.S. plays the Czech Republic. Russia takes on Switzerland, and Japan and Finland.
Japan and Finland. So China didn't make the quarterfinals.
No, China didn't make the quarterfinals.
Okay.
So
Let's pull them for 'em.
we play tomorrow. It's the U.S. game. U.S. and Czech Republic play tomorrow. And then we play Sweden, and Russia plays Switzerland on Friday. And then the Japan and Finland games on
overnight.
Saturday.
So it's tomorrow night we play.
No,
like at
8:10 tomorrow morning.
8:10 tomorrow morning. Oh, it's out of control.
Because the States play tomorrow night. 2300 would be 11:10.
11:10.
Yeah. So they play tomorrow night at 11, and then we play, Friday morning at 8:10.
Okay, and the men's begin now, and so for hockey, the overlap is great. It's getting exciting. We're getting to speed skating. We're getting into some
That
of
means
our
we
good
can watch
events.
it here.
Yeah, we get some. It's gonna be a horrible show tomorrow. We invite
Friday.
everybody.
No, Friday morning might be a little dicey.
Tomorrow's gonna be horrible too. The next 2 days, we're gonna have our Super Bowl prop picks coming up pretty soon. So
Oh,
we
I
got that
cannot
going
wait.
on. Yeah.
Speaking of Friday, yes, this just made it better. So we
Yeah.
can have this on in the background. But yeah, we've got some fun coming up on Friday with our prop bets. I do want to find some stuff on food.
Yeah,
So
I've
we'll
got
throw
some.
that in there
I've
too.
got
Do
some.
you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Because that's always interesting to me too, the most popular food. And I'm just as excited as I am for that as I am with the halftime show and the actual game.
And the actual game. And
Food
Friday
does
is,
play a big role.
Friday is actually our 3rd anniversary as well. Thanks for bringing that up.
Oh yeah, that's Friday too.
It's Friday. Show started February 11th. Pre-pandemic 2019. So
I remembered it was
enjoy your
Friday.
Wednesday. Get your votes in one way or the other. We don't care for our Throwback Thursday for Burger Revolution tomorrow. We're going to go see what these clowns on the outside of the building are nailing
If they're
to
all
this.
right.
I don't know, but we'll
There's
get
a
that.
lot of racket coming from over there.
Get that all fixed. It's a Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast here for Wednesday, February 9th. Find it on Amazon Music now, as well as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, and link to our social media sites out of Belleville, Ontario, Canada. Go Canada at the Winter Olympics. We'll talk to you tomorrow on a Throwback Thursday.